Hey, what's up, everybody? True Boxing here. Thank you for coming back to get hit with the truth. So today we are doing the Beterbiev versus Bivol 2 undisputed title rematch recap. So before we get into that, if you could smash the like button, leave a comment, or subscribe to the channel, I really do appreciate any and all support that I can get as I continue to build my channel here. So these two collided in their much anticipated rematch this past Saturday, February 22nd on DAZN pay-per-view, as Artur Beterbiev came in as the undefeated and undisputed light heavyweight champion of the world at 175, and he would defend he had won the first fight by a very close majority decision, and he came into this one, pumped up and ready to retain his belt. There was a lot of people that were picking him to win this fight by knockout. And then there was still a lot of people like myself that thought Bivol was gonna get the nod this time, and these two would compete in another competitive bout. But I think, and Bivol walked away with a close majority decision. Actually had the same exact scores from the first fight that was scored a majority decision for Beterbiev. But what was interesting about this one, you want to see how these fights play out, and it played out the way I thought it would. I thought Bivol would be stronger in the second fight, would be able to dig deep in the later rounds and pull off the victory because that eluded him the first time. So he dug deep, and that's what he ended up doing. But Beterbiev, as I said, I thought he would tire out in this one a little bit more in the second half of the fight, and that's what happened. But part of the reason he tired down was because he started faster this time. He was actually, after the first 2 or 3 rounds were somewhat competitive, he took over in the middle rounds. But I felt like he didn't do his classic kind of wear you down over the first half of the fight, and then pick up the pace in the second half of the fight. He kind of picked up the pace earlier than expected, and I think that's what hurt him in the second half. I think that's why this time Bivol was able to take those last couple rounds and be effective. But Bivol also didn't run out of gas, and maybe that was the plan. Maybe he didn't want to start as fast. He wanted to save something for the late rounds, and that's exactly what he did. So it was an interesting turn of events as we saw, the same scores and the same result, but for the other fighters. So now these two guys have traded one fight apiece. Now Bivol has the claim of being undisputed. Already there's been talks about, a potential third fight, that's what Turki Al-Sheikh wants to set up. We'll get into that more next week as we, attempt to, see what's going to happen. But this one is just two master operators, two future Hall of Famers, throwing out their best stuff at each other. I love that they had to rematch just over 4 months after the first fight. That really tested their mettle, and it was a very good, very close fight. Now, I think if they fight a third time, they can probably take 6-7 months off so they can fully recover, and then we're going to see the best of both worlds colliding with each other, and I'm really looking forward to it. But what a rivalry here, and the attention that it received, was proper. It was fantastic. They're two future Hall of Famers. They're two master operators, and you might not have a clear decisive fight between these two guys. It might be close every time they fight. So gonna be interesting to see what comes from it. But another great matchup that delivered in the main event of Riyadh season on the last crescendo. I cannot wait to see what comes from it, but a fantastic fight. Congratulations to Bivol for accomplishing that historic feat of being the undisputed light heavyweight champion. And congrats to Artur Beterbiev. No shame in dropping a fight to a very good and special fighter in Bivol. So that's it. That's what I got. That is my Beterbiev versus Bivol 2 recap as they collided in a rematch for the undisputed light heavyweight championship of the world and the main event of last Saturday's DAZN pay-per-view card, the last crescendo as part of Riyadh season. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, smash the like button, leave a comment, or subscribe to the channel. I appreciate any and all support. This is True Boxing, and you've been hit with the truth.